Josh Childress made huge news last week when he announced he was leaving the NBA to play for Olympiacos in Greece. To find out why and whether more players might follow his lead, we welcome in now former Hawk Josh Childress. And Josh, we're going to start out with the most important question. Do you like Greek food?
I actually have never really tried Greek food, so it's definitely going to be an experience for me when I get over there.
Lots of olives. You better get used to it.
Yeah, you can do that. You can afford the best Greek food now, which leads to the obvious question: why, in fact, did you do this? Was it purely for financial considerations, or is there more to it than that?
It was a little more to it than that. I think that obviously, the financial reasons come into play, but it came down to me. Making a decision based on what I felt was right. I mean, I went through the process of restricted free agency, didn't like my options, and Atlanta was kind of dragging their feet. So I made a move across to Greece.
Olympiacos, the team you're going to be joining, says they signed you because they want to win the European League championship. All right, you grew up dreaming of winning the NBA championship. How much can winning the Euro League championship mean to you, Josh?
Well, it means a lot. It means a lot now. I mean, I'm a part of that team, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to try to help us win. Yeah, you're right. I grew up watching the NBA finals and the NBA championships, and the Bulls were my team, and that's what I grew up on, but now I'm in Europe, so I have to switch focuses.
I'll say, speaking of switching focus, have you had second thoughts? I mean, a lot of times guys make decisions when they're young like you are, and they'll have buyer's remorse. Have you experienced any of that so far?
You know what? I prepared myself before I signed. I kind of went through it in my mind. I asked myself, could I live there for 3 years? Could I, could I live with walking away from the NBA for a little while? And you know what? At the end of the day, I told myself yes. And when I went over there and I got to see the people, got to see the culture, and got to see the city of Athens, I knew I could do it.
What have your teammates said to you about this?
My teammates were all supportive. They knew that the process of restricted free agency was pretty tough, and I told them the situation. I told them that I wanted to get a deal done early, and that didn't work. And I wanted to make sure that I had security, for myself, through this process. I think that too often, and actually in my case, Atlanta had a little too much power, and they were turning down deals that I felt were good, and they weren't readily signing me either. So I kind of shifted the power back to the player a little bit.
But had Atlanta come across with a deal you wanted, you would not be making history by becoming like the best American player to go play in Greece, right?
That's correct. I made it clear that I wanted to get a deal done early, and that didn't happen. Weeks went by where I was still kind of stuck in the same situation that I was on July 1st. So, I wasn't going to allow that to affect, my situation going forward.
We could look back, and you could be at the forefront of a real migration here. 7 NBA players are leaving the NBA to go to Europe, and Ben Gordon is talking about that. Josh, is this some of the buzz in the league now, and do you guys think this will hurt the NBA?
You know what? I think it is becoming a little bit of a buzz, but I don't think it'll hurt the league. I think that in the near future, the league is going to move overseas anyway. I mean, that's just my honest opinion. The NBA and the game of basketball is so global that, I can't see them, staying in the U.S., solely for too much longer. So I think that it's good for the league. Commissioner Stern said that himself. And, you see guys shifting over there, it'll be fun.
You could end up in the NBA by not even leaving the NBA, by just going to Greece. I mean, in the first NBA team over there. We'll get you out of here on this. You're going to be so wealthy, when you buy your own Greek island, can Wilbon and I come stay with you?
At least for a visit.
You guys always have a room in my house. Always.
But we
like
want
that.
2 rooms in your house, not 1 room.
You got two.
Just keep the ouzo flowing. Josh, thank you very much for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.